I am going 6-0 in the division because the rest of the division sucks.
This is the best division in football, Tori.
Take that step back. We are seeing the true quarterback that he really is, which he is not a very good quarterback.
Welcome to the Man Now, where we taking over. It's time to give you them facts. Won't miss a game or two, cause we here for you and we reporting all of them stats. We coming to you live to keep you updated. Broadcast across the country, we the fan favorites. Break the volume to the max and don't nobody touch it. We cross the topics off the list, addressing every subject. So if you ain't got a clue, then you can tune in and give it 24 hours and we back again. Breaking news, new scoops, we the top dogs. From the fields to the courts, we report it all. Buzzer beat us through your speakers, we the ones to call. Trust us for the news if it's got a ball. Giving you the top stories cause we love the turf. Tell a friend to tune in and where you heard it first. Yeah, you're listening to the Man Now. We taking over, it's time to give you them stats. Hey, you listen to the Man Now. Miss a game or two cause we reporting all of them facts. Hey, you listen to the Man Now. We taking over, it's time to give you them facts. Turn the speakers up a little loud. Miss a game or two cause we reporting all of them stats. Cause you listen to the Man Hour.
And what is up, everybody? Michael Buckhuister here with the Man Hour. Simply head over to manhourradio.com right now and check out the merchandise page. We got merchandise right there. This is the alternate logo. I'm going to be rocking the alternate logo here for a little while here because I absolutely love it, and I can't find my other t-shirt for some reason, which is kind of weird. But nonetheless, guys, we are giving away a trip to Vegas here. If you are new here, all you got to do is go to youtube.com/manhour, hit that join button, and if you are a $5.99 member or higher, you get a entry into the Vegas giveaway. We are giving away a trip to Vegas during the NFL draft. We will be paying for your flight and your hotel there. You also have to be 18 or over to obviously go there because, you know, liabilities and moms and dads and parents and whatnot. With all that being said, guys, we do have an action-packed show for you guys tonight where we hopefully are not going to get shut down by the man like I did last night. But I have to welcome the star-studded lineup here, starting off with Mr. Brandon BC Combs. What's going on, Combsy?
What is going on, Buck? What is going on, Man Hour Nation? 313 The Flash. God, I feel like we've got so many different places we're a part of that I'm going to forget some of them. But
Belly Up Sports. Big shout out to Belly Up Sports.
Yeah, Belly Up Sports, 313 The Flash, Big X Radio, your mom's radio, your dad's radio, your brothers and sisters radio. I mean, I feel like my buddy at work, who is a Mexican guy who's got like 17 names, including his middle name. So that's just what I feel like our radio station is right now. We are all over the place. Man Hour is popping right now, man.
Yeah, we are growing, and it is showing no signs of slowing down. But speaking of slowing down, a guy that's been slowing down since, he has basically gotten old and moved into his apartment, and Mr. Tori Anderson at @man_Tori, going slow. What's up, buddy?
It is very slow. It is going very slow. So I was all proud of myself that, because I started running, trying to work out, get rid of a little of this SoFat 21 I got going on, and I use that name instead of the other one. So I don't get a shutdown, Buck. And so I really am starting off very slowly. Like, I run for like 15 minutes, and then I do like a 5-minute cool down where I'm just kind of like walking it off.
Yeah.
And
just walk it out. Just walk it out.
Yeah. Yesterday was 1.3 miles, and today was 1.28. I'm like, should that be getting better? I mean, it's 2 days, but I did have a banana and an apple for breakfast today. So If you see me looking skinny by next week, you know what happened.
Yeah. Tori, don't you know the old saying is like, you can put 20 pounds of fat on in like a week, but it is going to take you a year to get that 20 pounds of like fat off your body. So maybe by the end of football season, when the Packers are like 0-16,
Super Bowl champions.
Okay. We will talk about that moving forward. But we are going to start the show off with some Cam Newton news here. So obviously, guys, if you've been living under a rock, which, hopefully you haven't been, but Cam Newton has officially been released by the New England Patriots. So many speculations are happening of places where he could possibly land. Wow, did you guys hear that? That was scary, wasn't it?
The fan,
That-
the
did
fan
you crush
again.
a water bottle or
yeah,
something?
yeah. The fan fell off again. Like I just got cut by a blade, which is weird. But nonetheless, guys,
Buck's sitting there, his foot's detached from his body.
yeah,
Still go on with the show though.
yeah.
Show
the
must go on.
show must go on live, raw, and uncut sports talk here. So, Mr. Tori Anderson, I'm going to kick it to you first here because you are knowing all about these big quarterbacks and moves and whatnot, aka Aaron Rodgers. Do you think Cam Newton lands anywhere moving forward?
I mean, literally, it was like 10 minutes after he got cut, and it's like the Dallas Cowboys are interested in signing Cam Newton. So, like, I don't know if you guys saw my thing about like, Dallas was that team sliding into Cam's DMs like, "Yo, girl, did you get a new haircut? How you doing? You want to come over tonight?" Like, literally, it was like 10 minutes after he got cut. So, he's gonna end up somewhere. Where? I don't know. But he's not a starting quarterback in this league anymore. I mean, we proved that the other night when, I lifted my hands and you lifted yours, and Cam and I got about the same range of motion in our arm right now.
Yeah. Very, very true. So, Mr. Brandon BDC Combs, Tori decided to waffle around that answer and not give us a direct answer. I mean, I feel like Wyatt is here with us right now, even though
I said I
not.
don't think anybody signs him.
You didn't, Brandon? Didn't he say you think he ends up, or Tori? Didn't you say you think he ends up somewhere?
No, I said he's going to end up somewhere, but I don't think anybody should sign him.
So you think he's going to end up somewhere? So where's that somewhere that he's going to end up?
What was the team that Jared Lorenzen was playing for there towards the end of his football playing career? The
Kentucky.
but it was some arena football league team, the River Cats or something like that.
He was the owner of that team, actually.
I mean, what's the meme say? Cam's going to get signed by Bishop Sycamore.
Yeah.
Damn it! You stole my thunder.
Combs, I know Tori stole your thunder, but give us a legitimate answer. Do you think Cam Newton lands anywhere?
Man, now I'm all distraught. I was gonna have this whole thing about how he was going to be the #1 quarterback. He was going to be a top 5 quarterback in this league. He was going to bring this organization back to relevance. Bishop Sycamore. But no, I definitely think that he is going. I think he's going to Dallas. I don't think that I think it's probably the worst kept secret out there right now. The Dallas Cowboys as a backup and as an insurance policy for Dak Prescott makes the most sense. They let go of Ben DiNucci. They no longer have the red rifle because they let him go to Chicago for whatever reason. There's nobody after Dak Prescott right now.
Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush.
Rush,
man.
Rush. Like I said, so there's nobody behind Dak Prescott. And so Cam Newton is the obvious choice for the Dallas Cowboys to go ahead and just take a flyer. I mean, the New England Patriots got him for $1.1 million last year. Yeah, league minimum. You're gonna go out. You could probably get him for about the same right now because nobody else is gonna sign him. There's nobody else that needs him. The only other team I could think of maybe would be like the Washington, not Redskins anymore. Maybe.
Which that's part of the list that I saw.
Yeah, so those are the only two teams that I can think of that would even, I know our boy Drew has been, lobbying for him to go to the Bears, but I tell you right, if he signs with the Chicago Bears, I'm telling you right now, I won't watch a freaking football game if he's playing anywhere near before Justin Fields is. That I would vomit all over myself if that happens.
So, Combs, I mean, you just said that you would vomit over yourself, like, if that happens. What if the Chicago Bears release Andy Dalton, cut him, trade him, do whatever, and then Cam Newton is out there and he becomes a Chicago Bear, and then Cam Newton simply just overplays Justin Fields in practice and stuff like that? Would you watch it then?
That's just silly talk. That's just silly. And no, I wouldn't watch it because that by the time that they would end up cutting Andy Dalton, it would be like week 5. And then by the time that they sign him, and if Justin Fields is playing so poorly that Cam Newton has to come in and replace him. The Bears are like 0-9, and I really don't care about the season anymore at that point.
Well, they're going to
And
be
at that
0-9
point, I'm
anyways.
just watching
So.
the rest of the games for fantasy football purposes. There's no
At that point, Combs is like, when does spring training start?
February 26th.
I start that the day after the final game of the World Series. That starts no matter what. I don't care what the Bears record.
And they are the Washington football team. They are no longer the Washington discolored epidermis.
I call them the Washington not Redskins anymore.
You can't say that. That's offensive. It's discolored epidermis.
I didn't. It's not offensive. I said they're not the Redskins anymore. I didn't. That's
It is.
That's not offensive.
It is very, very offensive to me that you said they're not the Redskins anymore.
Is it offensive if I say you're not a ginger?
Yeah, because it's true.
Right.
But you can have it can be ginger on ginger crime. I can't say it though.
You ever heard that song? You can't say the word that has an N, 2 G's, and an R.
It's an A, but that's
Ginger?
okay.
Can't say ginger.
Jeez. You're ridiculous. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into some of these comments here before we get to our first break here. Snake Sports Talk Show comes up and like he says, "What's up, boys? Cam Newton is absolutely done." I don't agree that Cam Newton is done. I think this is the fire that Cam Newton needed to, spark his career again. He is going to go to Jacksonville and take over that starting job.
Get the
What?
Go to break.
Go to
Go to
break.
break.
Go to break. Go to
It's
commercial.
not even.
Go to commercial. We got to drug test him.
And then Drew
Drug
says Cam is a good fit for the Bears. It would end up with the debate if who starts.
Stop.
Joey comes out and says, "What happens to Combs' voice? Did he suck up some helium?" No, Combs just hasn't hit puberty at the age of 40 yet. So
Yeah. True.
no,
I don't know what this happened.
you like. Are you still sick, Combs? Because you do sound kind of nasally.
No.
See, I told him that last week. He's
Yeah.
like, I do.
Yeah. Just some like. Not, I'm not
It's
trying to be mean or
because I'm
whatever.
on the air with you, Buck, and I'm stuffed up from all the crap that you talk.
Mm.
Like Cam Newton's gonna go to Jacksonville and take the starting.
You just made me snort.
And then Snake Sports Talks also comes out and says he might as well be a Cowboy and just make your money's worth with their brand. So basically, Cam Newton's great for the great for the Cowboy brand, I guess. You guys think that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can make a ton of money being a Cowboys backup because, I mean, if Dak ends up needing surgery, you're all of a sudden you're the starter.
Yeah.
And there's nobody behind you to take your job from you, so you're the starter for the rest of the season.
And then in 2022, you will get traded to the Chicago Bears for a first-round pick.
Stop it, Buck.
We'll be right back, guys, here on the Man Hour. Stay tuned.
Third round pick.
And welcome back to the Man Hour, guys. Michael Buckhouse along with Brandon Combs and Tori Anderson tonight. If you're going to miss any part of the show whatsoever, you can find us on iTunes, Spotify, and of course, iHeartRadio, or simply head over to youtube.com/Man Hour. Hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icons. We do upload clips each and every day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, 366 days on leap year. So let's go ahead and welcome the boys back on the show, guys. Welcome back to the show. And before we get into today's big topics here, we got to address this comment for Mr. Brandon Combs from Drew, our very, very loyal fan over here on the YouTube page. He says, come on, Combs, think about it. Your O-line sucks. You need a running QB. Put Cam in as a starter. Dalton first backup, and cut Foles, and Fields can sit and learn the system properly. Cam is not bad.
Drew also
Look,
thinks that the
Drew-
Cornhuskers are good.
Drew, I love you, buddy. Thank you for being on this show night after night after night after night. Maybe not after I say this, but night after night after night. That is the dumbest thing I have ever heard on this show. And I co-host with Michael Buckheister.
X.
Why would you do that? Why would you bring in Cam Newton to start and have Andy Dalton be his backup? For one, because it's two totally different types of style of play. For two, why would you bring in Cam Newton to start over Justin Fields when Justin Fields is the younger, better, stronger version of Cam Newton?
Oh,
Makes no sense.
Whoa. Tori, would you compare Justin Fields and Cam Newton?
No, because Cam Newton's probably definitely stronger. That dude's rep.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, until he gets hit.
like I meant like playing styles.
Oh yeah, 100%. Except no, because Justin Fields would wait back and throw the. He looks downfield and looks to throw the ball
Yeah.
first.
I think
looks to
Cam Newton's
first.
is a run first guy.
Yeah.
Like
That's
at least
why-
back in his prime.
Well, that's the thing, though, and that's why he's in the predicament he's in these days.
And that's why I said he's the better version of Cam Newton, because he looks to throw first.
So he's Donovan McNabb.
That's not a bad comparison. Another comparison, people are probably going to kill me for saying this, but
Mike Vick.
if I had to compare him to any quarterback of the past, I would say he's most like Warren Moon. And I know he's a Hall of Famer. But his play style and the way he looks to me a lot like Warren Moon. If I was going to compare him to any past quarterback, that's who I'd compare him to.
I'm sticking with Donovan McNabb just because Donovan was a scrambling quarterback when he first came into the league and really learned how to throw from the pocket and became actually a pretty good pocket passer for a few years. His last couple years weren't so great, but
Yeah.
Fun
Warren
fact, Donovan McNabb went to Mount Carmel High School right here in Chicago. His senior year, I was a freshman, and
he trucked you.
No, he threw a late game bomb into the end zone that I just happened to be the only one that was sitting underneath it and picked him off. And that used to be like my claim to fame, is that I intercepted Donovan McNabb, and then everybody started intercepting Donovan McNabb, and it was no longer that big of a story.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into some more sports talk here. So, guys, Black Tuesday has come and gone here in the NFL, like in the league. If you guys don't know what Black Tuesday is, this is the day that the rosters had to be cut down to 53 guys so they can proceed with week 1 of the NFL season. So, Mr. Brandon BC Combs, who was the biggest cut in your eyes on Tuesday?
I'll be completely honest with you. I haven't really gone through the whole list. I will say my biggest surprise is the Bears actually picking up Rashad Perriman.
Yeah.
After he gets cut from the Lions. I don't understand that pickup. It doesn't make sense. He's going to be, out of all the receivers you have, he's probably 5th or 6th out of the 6 receivers you have. So he's not going to see much playing time anyway. You pick him up because he was a Lion, and maybe he helps you, come week 4 when, you're going to start your new franchise quarterback, Justin Fields, against the Detroit Lions. Maybe there was some thought process there. But I don't know. I didn't understand that. I'm trying to think of some of the some of the cuts off the top of my head, but I just have not had. I got home 20 minutes before the show started, so I just have not had time to look at the list just yet.
So Tori, let me ask you this question: who is the biggest cut in like your eyes? Then
There's only one that was a huge surprise well, I don't even really call Cam a surprise anyways, but McKinney from the Miami Dolphins, they just traded for him in March. And everyone's like, oh my God, great move. The guy's a great linebacker. He's 28 years old. He's in his prime. And they cut him. I don't know what the deal was. I don't know what it was, but now, he's a free agent. And I said at 28 years old, he's probably got 2 or 3 good more years in him. I wouldn't be surprised to see him sign a 1-year deal somewhere and a proven deal with a contender. But to me, that Benardrick McKinney, hands down, biggest surprise to me in a relatively quiet cut down day where there wasn't a ton of surprises. The two biggest things were probably him and Cam Newton, and that's it.
I digress. I now that I think about it, and I did look up the list. I knew this one ahead of time. I just wasn't thinking about Ben DiNucci from the Cowboys. I think would be my biggest surprise because they need a backup, and maybe Cam getting cut was the reason why they cut Ben DiNucci so that they can go get Cam. But Ben DiNucci getting cut from, especially the way that he played last year when he was filling in.
Yeah,
I think that was my biggest surprise.
2 years ago, who was the Dallas Cowboys backup quarterback?
Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush. All it was Cooper Rush reclaiming the backup spot.
Well, so
if the answer is Cooper Rush, chances are I won't know.
Rush.
So I think that secretly the Cowboys and the Patriots kind of had this handshake like agreement. It's like, hey, we're going to cut Cam. So somehow they knew because the Cowboys probably wanted Cam anyways. So that is why they cut Gilbert and Ben DiNucci to make room for Cam Newton.
Do you think this was a trade without being a trade?
In a roundabout way, yes.
To the Patriots, maybe?
Could be.
Yeah, I mean, because...
What about the other one with the Lions? The Lions cut both of their kickers.
And then they brought one of them back.
They have no kicker.
Well,
no kicker.
Well, they cut both of their kickers, and then they brought one back. I don't know who it was, but...
And a lot of times teams will do that because they have to make their IR designations.
Yeah.
So they're like, hey, I'm going to cut you, but, we're going to call you tomorrow and pick you back up. I still love you, boo.
Yeah. One of the biggest surprises for like a cut was that it was the New England Patriots as well. It was their kicker, Foles, right? Or not Foles, but Folk. So yeah, they cut their long time. He was there for 15 years? Like he was there forever. That was Gostkowski. Gostkowski was there forever.
Yeah,
okay.
Folk was with the Cowboys.
For a long time. Yeah, but Folk's been in the league forever too.
Yeah, but like that was the biggest surprise for me because like like kickers are kind of dime a dozen, I guess, in the league. But when you find the one,
accurate kickers are hard to find.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, but like when you find the one, like he is there for 15, 20, 30 years. It's like it seems like hell. Robbie Gould, yeah. I mean, like what was it? The 49ers that like basically blocked him from going anywhere else or something.
They blocked him from going back to the Bears. He admittedly and openly wanted to come back to Chicago. The Bears openly and admittedly wanted him, and they put their franchise tag on a kicker.
Yeah.
So that blocked him, and with good reason. I mean, he's the most accurate kicker in NFL history. The Bears should have never let him go when they did let him go, and but that's on them. I mean, if you find, I never ever would want my organization to use a franchise tag on a kicker, but if you are going to use it on a kicker, this would be one of the guys that you would use it on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, very, very, very true. So Snake Sports is over here on the YouTube channel.com or youtube.com/manhour. And he says he couldn't believe the Chargers cut Tyron Johnson after he had a great preseason. Never understood the move, but their wide receiver core is stacked, and
Yeah.
hopefully he'll do
And
well
he
in
went
Jacksonville.
to Jacksonville, right?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. There you go. So yeah, I mean, him and Jack, that was a great pickup for the Jacksonville Jaguars. They've already got a decent wide receiver core there for Trevor Lawrence,
You mean Cam
but
Newton?
I thought stop it.
Shut up.
So
Buck.
I
Settle
think that
down.
that was a good pickup for them. You know, a kid who can grow and learn the system, and then he'll have Trevor Lawrence to be with him for the majority of his career. That's, you know, I like that pickup.
Yeah. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and move on to the next topic here. And obviously, we saw Cam Newton get cut by the Patriots, and then Brian Flores comes out in the media yesterday and says that Tua is his guy. So, Tori, I'm going to kick it to you first. Who is under more pressure this year to succeed? Is it Tua or is it Mac Jones?
It's got to be Tua with all the hype and everything that happened last year, with the Dolphins taking a step forward and just missing the playoffs in Week 17 last year. It's got to be Tua. Mac Jones, one, has a great head coach. Two, will be cut a little bit slack this year for being a rookie. Tua is in year 2. He didn't have a great rookie year. He wasn't the end all be all quarterback that everybody thought he was going to be in Miami. And so I think the pressure is really on, especially when you persistently hear the Deshaun Watson rumors still to this day in Miami. You know what the sure way to know that you're under fire is when your co-head coach or your GM says their job is safe. At that point, you're like, that means I'm really not safe.
Exactly. So Combs, got to kick it to you here next, man. Who is under more pressure, Mac Jones or Tua?
It's Tua. You know, the Patriots aren't expected to go very far, and Mac Jones is expected to be there for, you know, the next 10, 15, 20 years, Tom Brady like. And that's what they're expecting out of this kid. So there's no pressure to win this year in New England. Everybody knows Buffalo's the cream of the crop of that division. If you ask me, I think Miami is still better than New England as well. But with that being said, there's no pressure on Mac Jones to take this team to the playoffs, which could elevate Mac Jones to take this team to the playoffs. So I will say that. But Tua's got the pressure because Tua, I mean, they're talking about Deshaun Watson coming to Miami. They're talking about, you know, Tua might not be the guy. That I've heard rumors that, you know, his teammates in the clubhouse would rather see Deshaun Watson than Tua. So there's a lot of pressure on Tua right now. And look, I think that Tua can lead this team and be the second best team in this division. But at the same time, it would not exactly surprise me to see him completely fall on his face and not be the quarterback that everybody thinks he's going to be. I said that last year when he got drafted, that he got drafted way too high. I think I don't want to say too small for the NFL because there's a lot of small core. I think Kyler Murray is going to be a very good quarterback in the league, but I just don't think Tua is that guy. I just don't.
I'm going to go out and say that I think Tua is too small because, Combs, you are taller than Tua is, and we make short jokes with you like all the time. So obviously Tua is a very, very small individual. But like all jokes aside here, I got to ask you guys this question. We were on the show, what was it, Sunday or Monday? I can't remember exactly what day it was. But Tori, you said with Mac Jones as the starting quarterback for the Patriots, they are a 10-win team. Combs, I believe you said they were a 9-win team. How does that not put pressure on Mac Jones? Tori, kick it to you first, bud.
How does it not?
Yeah.
It's there is no pressure on him. There's no pressure to win right now for him right now. He's going to get cut slack because he is a rookie. Just because you are the New England Patriots does not mean you are automatically in we have to go to the Super Bowl mode. You got to remember, before the year 2000, they'd been to 2 Super Bowls and were not a good franchise. I don't think that there's any pressure on Mac Jones whatsoever this year.
Well, I think that the fans are still in we got to go to the Super Bowl mode.
Exactly.
Like when he got drafted, I have a buddy who's a diehard Patriots fan who watches the show from time to time, and he got Mac Jones. He got Mac Jones license plates in New Hampshire. Like that was like, and so they are expecting great things from this kid. And if he doesn't perform, he might hear it. Like, I'm not saying that there's zero pressure on the kid, but when you ask me if there's more pressure on Tua or him, there's more pressure on Tua. I think Mac Jones is built for it. I really do. I thought he was good coming out of the draft. I thought that the perfect scenario for him was to go to the New England Patriots and Bill Belichick. Don't assume that the fans don't have any expectations to win, though, because the New England Patriots fans, as soon as they cut Cam Newton, they already booked their tickets for wherever the Super Bowl is going to be at this year.
Yeah,
because that's where they think they're headed, just because they're the New England Patriots and their fan base is stupid.
So with that being said, Tori, you brought up a great point that since prior to 2008, the Patriots have only gone to 2 Super Bowls, right? But since 2008, what they've gone to 10, right? So is it 10 or 9? I can't.
2000 since 2000.
Yeah. So, but then we look at the Miami Dolphins. When's the last time they went to a Super Bowl? 85?
1983.
Okay, like 83. So how does that not put pressure on Mac Jones to go to the Super Bowl? Tua, I feel, has no pressure whatsoever because they haven't gone to a Super Bowl in my lifetime. I mean, and I'm 30 years old. Tori, you're 40. They haven't gone to your. I mean, you've seen them go to the Super
They've
Bowl.
gone to 2. They've gone to 2 in my lifetime.
but okay, 2 versus 10. What is greater?
2, because F the Patriots.
Come here, buddy. All right, so.
I like that.
2 because they're the Patriots. So I mean, so when you say there's no pressure on Mac Jones, guys, I think you are talking, or like I'm not saying no pressure, but I'm saying
there's not.
But I meant to say there's more pressure on Tua and not.
But there's
pressure.
more. But you're saying there's more pressure from a fan base
Yeah.
perspective on Mac Jones versus Tua. I think overall, organization-wise, there's more pressure on Tua.
Okay, so
Yeah, I agree 100%.
So what is the realistic expectations for Tua this year? Then is it playoffs or bust? Like if they don't make the playoffs, are we?
Yeah, they have to be a wild card.
They
team.
have to. They have to. They were so close next year. In their idea, it's going to be the natural progression is to make the playoffs this year, and that's why I think that organization wise, there's a ton of pressure because if they don't make the playoffs and Tua does not improve where they thought they were, they are going to be like, how come we didn't trade for Deshaun Watson?
Well,
And
not
they're
only
really-
that, but if they don't make the playoffs and they don't get Deshaun Watson and Tua's not performing, they're drafting a quarterback in the first round.
100%. And then they're going to be like, man, I wish we still had Josh Rosen.
So Josh Rosen did make the Atlanta Falcons.
Atlanta Falcons.
Rivers give me the shush button, guys. So
Be quiet. You told him to be quiet.
all right, so let me address this comment in Drew here in the YouTube.com. Don't touch. Tua should have sat a year, and sorry, Rivers turning down the microphones.
River just muted you.
Yeah. Drew says Tua should have sat a year and learn how to play. Do you guys agree with that?
He basically did sit last year. He played sparingly. They brought him in positions that they thought he would do well in, and they tried to bring him along slowly. He essentially did sit. It was a redshirt year, just like in college football. You can't play more than 3 games. It's essentially what he did. It was a redshirt year for him. He saw a little bit of playing time. They kept him on the bench to protect him for the most part. If he does not come out and perform this year, it is 100% that organization will look to find a different quarterback after this season.
I mean, look, the Miami Dolphins have got to. They're in a window right now. They're in a 5-year window. And that's what it is for the Miami Dolphins right now. And if Tua's not who they thought that he was, they're in real trouble. Because outside of this 5-year window, you don't know how good they're going to be. And if they have to start over from scratch, they better go and get Deshaun Watson because that's the only way they're going to salvage anything of what they've got out of this window.
All righty, guys. So Nana says that River is a future Manhour host. Yeah, I mean,
for sure,
he can definitely host. I mean, he's telling me to hush, and it's great times here.
And he muted you.
Yeah, it was.
We've been trying to do that for fucking over a year now.
Alrighty, guys. So,
I mean, let's put River on the mic. Take Buck off.
yeah, I mean, we probably
You'll
sound the
probably
same.
make more sense out of it.
Exactly. You guys are ridiculous. But moving on to the next topic here before we head into our second break of the night. The Packers Saints game has officially been moved to Jacksonville. If you guys have not heard, obviously Hurricane Ida has basically wrecked the town of New Orleans again, and rumor has it that the Saints will not play a home game the first month of the season. So, Brandon B.C. Combs, who does this favor more in the game movement, the Packers or the Saints?
So first of all, I just want to say, to all the people out there in Louisiana, especially New Orleans, Godspeed, and I hope you guys get, whatever help that you guys can get. I hope you guys can rebuild quickly. I feel for the people down there. As far as who this benefits more, I would actually go out on a limb and say the Saints, because with everything going on right now, with the, with Jameis Winston taking over at the helm, with, the quarterback, who are they going to have? Is it going to be Taysom Hill? Is it going to be this? With trying to run the new offense, they get a home game without the pressure of the home fans. So if Jameis Winston starts to struggle a little bit, if the offense starts to struggle a little bit, they're not going to hear the boos like they would if they were in the dome. So I think it benefits them a little bit more. I still think Jameis Winston is going to go wax that ass of the Green Bay Packers. And I think that Torrey is going to come on the show with just his head shaking, and either that or he's just not going to show up for a couple of days, because if he knows that if Jameis Winston beats the Green Bay Packers, it's over
When
for
the
him.
Packers win, I may not show up for a couple of days, just because all I will do is laugh at you for like 4 days straight.
So, Tori, who
So
does this
I-
favor?
I don't think it favors either of them. It takes you out of your normal routine. You're not practicing. Like, I think the teams might. The talk was that they were going to have to go to Texas to practice.
Yeah, the last
each
I heard
team
that the
would.
Saints were in Arlington practicing.
Yes, and the Packers were going to go to like TCU practice facilities or something.
They're like 2 weeks away, though, aren't they? From the game starting? I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah,
two
but
weeks from tonight,
New Orleans is practicing in Texas right now.
yeah.
So I think it takes the teams out of their normal routine, and then they're going to have to go into Jacksonville, and it'll be a pretty ruckus crowd in there, because the Jacksonville Jaguars, or the Jacksonville Stadium, is going to get to see two NFL teams play.
Yeah, I think the routine thing, I think
Sorry, that's funny.
I think the routine here is not really that big of a deal, because they're already out of their normal routine. There was only 3 preseason games. This time they get a week off in between preseason and the season. So I think they're already out of their normal routine. So I really don't think that really has an effect. I think it does have an effect when you got to leave and go practice somewhere else and all this other stuff. I don't know if, any of the players, I'm sure a few of them do live in Louisiana or New Orleans. So I'm sure a couple of them have heavy minds and stuff like that. But, I think that I think that the Saints, will be just fine. I think that the Packers will be just fine heading into this game. I don't think there will be any excuses. There especially won't be any excuses when Jameis throws for 5 touchdowns and tears up your Green Bay Packers defense.
You said
but-
interceptions wrong.
Yeah,
No, I didn't.
yeah, you did 100%.
How about this? 0 interceptions for Jameis Winston.
What do you want to bet on that? What are we doing?
0? What do I want to bet on? 0?
Yes.
God, that one would have to be a weak bet.
We'll bet. Well, because you got to
anybody. I mean,
you'll be up
it's
here-
got to be a clean pick, though, right? It can't be a tipped pick or
No.
or-
Hey, interception's an interception, Combs.
It is interception.
Hashtag waffle. Hashtag waffle.
First of all, an interception is not. An
Come on,
interception.
Wyatt.
Second of all, I don't know. We'll
Have a
to
good
talk
night,
about
Nana.
it, see what it
I was
is.
gonna say, come on. I have an idea. I'll propose the bet, because you'll be back up. You'll be up here.
What's the bet?
Loser buys dinner.
Oh, I'm in. 100%. I'm in.
I was hoping like the loser could like
I get
eat
to-
a
I get-
tablespoon of peanut butter and do the whole show without taking a drink.
Oh God.
Put
I
that
mean, I
on the
think I
wheel
could
of
do
death.
That is going on the wheel of death for sure.
Are we putting the syrup on? I think we should put the syrup on
That
there.
syrup one, dude, you're gonna cause somebody to puke on.
That's
camera.
a lot of syrup, man.
And there's a lot of equipment in
Do
front
it.
of us, and if we start freaking puking,
Do it.
I
Do
don't
it.
think we should put that on the wheel of death. Maybe we'll
I
leave it
do.
up to a vote to the fans. Fans, do you guys think that we should chug a bottle of maple syrup as a punishment?
On camera.
Hashtag
On
yes,
camera.
hashtag no in the comments if you're watching here right now.
I mean,
Jeez.
somebody's gonna die. I mean, you're a
No.
freaking What if it's you? You're a diabetic.
They make
What do you mean?
they make sugar free maple syrup.
Tori's gonna have to run
Oh.
2 miles in the morning to get all that off of there. But guys, let me ask you this question here, Tori. I'm gonna kick it to you first. Is this Packers Saints game a NFC Championship game preview?
No.
No, not at all.
Why?
Not
why
even a
would-
second thought
Why
about
would
it.
it be? It's a Super Bowl contender,
No, you know what? You're
versus
right. It's not an NFC
Saint-
title game.
a Saints team that's going to end up with the top 10 pick with James as the
It's
quarterback.
actually a preview of the Packers' future because that's who they're going to lose to in the first round of the playoffs, not the NFC title game. You're right.
Everybody knows we don't lose in the first round. We always lose in the NFC title game.
Not always. But when you get there, you lose. You don't make it to the Super Bowl for sure.
I mean, at least we can make the playoffs, though.
Bears were in
Like
the
a,
playoffs last year. Nice
how
try,
long? How long though?
Hey, you know what? When it came time to the Super Bowl, Packers were doing the same thing the Bears were.
Right? We were right next to Baker. We were right next to Baker Mayfield watching it at home.
Your season was just as successful as ours.
All right, guys,
Only
we
thing
are
got
up
was an extra
against
bonus
the
game check.
We are up against the break here. We after on the other side of the break, guys, we are going to open up to the shop talk section of the show. So if you guys want to ask any questions whatsoever, let us know here in the comments. I believe Tori's in there watching it because hashtag yes, hashtag yes, hashtag yes.
You better
So
fill
yes,
up Mickey
yeah.
Mouse before you get in trouble.
Yeah. Better get this Mickey Mouse, guys. So, guys, we're going to take a quick little break on the other side of the break. I said we got Shop Talk coming up. We'll be right back, guys, here on the Man Hour. Oh, what And welcome back to the Man Hour, guys. Michael Buckhouse on Brandon Combs and Tori Anderson. If you guys got any questions here, let us know in the comments. It is time for the Shop Talks time here. I got to take a step away here for a second as Brandon and Tori, you guys take over, and we'll be right back, guys, here.
Tori, man, look, it is Shop Talk.
Let's talk about
time.
syrup.
It is Shop Talk time. I gotta tell you, man, one of the things that, holy cow. Anyway, got me going. One of the things here, with Shop Talk is it's hard for me to see the comments because we are on the behind the scenes here on StreamYard. So I have to go to the YouTube page, check it out. So I'm on the YouTube page and all I see is Tori saying hashtag yes, hashtag yes, hashtag yes. And Drew saying somebody's going to have a serious case of the trots, drinking all that syrup. Hell, hashtag yes. Look, we can't do that much syrup. There's got to be some health code to that.
You can't or won't.
I just don't think you can. I think there's got to be some sort of health violation. I don't know. Can you drink? I'm looking it up right now. Can you drink syrup straight from the bottle without getting sick?
Yes, you can. You have to figure this one out. Because I already know.
I'm looking it up right now. As okay as it is any other sugar syrup, if you would normally be able to eat a teaspoon of honey with no problem, there's no reason why you can't have a small swig of maple syrup.
That's because they don't want you to have the sugar.
Has anyone drank a whole bottle of maple syrup? All right, I'm looking this up.
Yes, the guys on Super Troopers.
Yeah, it's a movie.
Do it.
That's a movie. That doesn't, you can't. Oh, God.
You can do it. I have faith.
I don't, I just think that there's, some health
I will
issues
prove it.
there.
I will chug this bottle.
I call bullshit.
We'll wait for Buck to come back.
Just in case you have to get off the show.
No.
And go pass out in a diabetic coma.
No, because it's sugar free.
Man, that would definitely be a tough one. I don't know.
I'm gonna prove it on air tonight that you can do it.
Oh, God. Is that really syrup? I don't think that's syrup. I think that might be gin or something that you're just I'll chug it.
It might be expired. It's probably been in my cupboard for a while. Oh, no, we're good. 119 of 23.
Ugh. God. I don't know, man.
BC's being a punk, and I said I will chug this syrup right here, right now on camera.
Well, let's do it. Let's see it. Because Mrs. Dawn
think
Reed
you're as
says
fake as
it kind
Bishop
of looks like
Sycamore
Tori is
right
already
now.
planning on losing.
I think you're as fake
No.
as Bishop Sycamore right now. I
Yeah.
don't think you're going to do it.
I already took the cap off. Do you want to time it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do
Get the
this.
timer out.
You're at go ahead. I got the
Hold
clock
on.
right here. You're at 48:40.
No,
There you
here.
go.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. He's doing it.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
my God. He's doing it. What? Oh, my God.
What is going on with life right now?
What is going? He's really chugging a whole bottle of syrup. All right. I don't know whether or not to give you props or to,
Oh my.
to call an ambulance.
Tori, that was 16.5 seconds.
He's a oof.
I wish I would have actually were going to do that. I would have recorded it.
We realized that we just sent him into a diabetic coma, right?
Yeah.
No. Sugar free. Do
Do you got another bottle so I can record it again?
I do not.
Wow. Drew says the only health violation is hazardous waste removal needed in your bathroom.
Yeah. The hazardous waste being your bowels.
Sheesh. And then Don just said call 911.
So that was crazy But even crazier is this Bishop Sycamore story.
Yeah, let's
This thing
talk
gets
about that.
nuttier by the minute.
Wait.
Have you guys like paid attention? Oh God, he's doing more. Have you guys paid attention to this story at all?
Yes, but
This
for the
is-
people that
this is
haven't,
the-
just go ahead and
That's the
explain
craziest story.
Explain what happened, Combs.
So a player from Bishop Sycamore, which was we thought was a high school, that played a few games on ESPN, right? It was more than one, wasn't it?
No, they just played one game on ESPN
played
versus
IMG.
ING. Yeah, but they
IMG Academy.
But they've had play like they play like 20 games so far in their high school their air quote their high school career, but they haven't won a game yet.
So they were told that the high school was being built and all this other stuff, and they were staying in hotels. They were having to steal from stores to be able to eat. They were doing all this. They were paying the hotel. The coach was paying the hotel with bad checks, and he was the one lying to everybody, telling the students and their parents, the high school is being built, and this is coming, and this is what we're doing, and blah blah blah. The crazy thing is that they got ESPN to believe it. Well, they got there's some agency that finds talent for ESPN, high school talent for ESPN to air. So they took the blame for that one. Go figure. I wonder how much ESPN paid them to do that. And then they not only that, but they fooled all these other high schools that are playing again. Like, how do these? I know when I play high school ball, Buck, you coach high school ball.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you play within like your own conference and your own division? And then like if you go outside of the conference, it's usually like a well-known high school.
Well,
Like, it's not.
Well, like here in the last 2 seasons with the whole COVID crap happening, right? Like, so for example, last Friday night, our game got canceled Wednesday at 4:30. Okay, so so Wednesday night we had no game. Come Thursday afternoon, we had a game lined up because another school in the area happened to have a cancellation just like as well. So we literally picked up a game in 24 hours, scattered them, and got ready to like go. So I kind of feel like in the time and age that we are living in right now with the whole COVID thing, the cancellations of like games and basically high schools looking to fill those Friday night games because let's just be honest, high school football funds the rest of the high school athletic sports. Think about this: how much money did ING and Bishop Sycamore get for being on ESPN? Probably millions of dollars, right? I mean, like, those kids made a little bit of income. Those schools made